I thought the energy was excellent. I didn't know we were going to analyze the story afterwards with help, and I missed that part. And I think just because of the energy that they came with, it was very easy to remember. I also want to say that telling someone else's story, because of a powerful message or an imprint that it's leaving on you, sometimes it's easier than telling your own story. And Imam Johari did that well in terms of really capturing his mother and her narrative. I think it was powerful.
Imam Sahib and Amir, final words. What did you want to convey to the audience today? Do you think you were able to convey it?
The importance of narrative, but what's gnawing at me, burning at me right now, is I think it's more important. It just, I feel I'm at advantage of y'all. I know the other side of the story. I know Imam Johari, Abdul Malik Ibn Wednesday. He knows me as Ibn West Ibn Bell. And for me, that's a lot of respect for the history. And he always told his father's story because he felt more comfortable, more proud in his father's story, because he told me that his father was free first. They come from the island, you know, the 1800s, 1830s. They was free first. So you know, get the island people get that little bit, you know. So he picked up his father, but then he showed more love and gained appreciation of his mother, and the sharecropping and work that he did. And that's what I really appreciate. His story, the unveiling of his mother, coming, as we might say, coming out the closet, is what I love and appreciate.
Imam Sahib. Imam's got the final words, and the first words, and all the words in between.
Because I'm sitting behind this thing.
Please.
No, it's cool. I mean, over this weekend, I hope that what you'll be able to do is, and maybe tonight, when you go home, start reflecting while you're sleeping and you're thinking back about other people's stories, about your own story, about what makes you do what you do. Where does it come from? That, and there may be, I mean, there are multiple narratives that you have, but sometimes you don't really know where they come from, unless you take a moment to kind of really dig inside. And I think Amir was saying where we spent some time together, and I said, well, I never really thought that the reason that I don't talk about my mother's story is because it's a story that comes out of a certain part of our history, our own life. But that might be where the most powerful story that you have is. From you know, rooted in something that maybe you have been suppressing. But to reflect on that, and there's so much energy in that story that then it becomes an effective way. And I'll share two things. One, I decided from listening to Wajahat that I wouldn't say in the beginning that this story is about my mother. Because sometimes people say, oh, you talk about yourself, right? But when it's once upon a time, then people begin to say, well, I can kind of relate to that story because they're not hung up on you know, I don't want to hear about him or her, right? And they try to puff themselves up. So you can sometimes deflect those other energies by just getting to the core of what the thing is about. And then you share with people, that's my story, right? If I say, oh, I used to be a heroin addict, and I used to be on a corner, whatever, right? You know, people start, whatever they have, right? But if you tell the story of a heroin addict that reformed themselves, when they say, that was my brother. We grew up together, and whatever, right? And I'm the person in the story who was that, oh, now it's possible for them to connect to. The hard part for you is to get connected with your own story. And then to be able to distill it in a way that in a few minutes you can share it. and I'll say this again, I'm coming back tomorrow, right? Some of this work is not easy work. So if you're telling your story and they dissect your story, and somebody said, it wasn't sincere. Talking about that was my story, right? So no, it sounded fake. It sounded like you were just trying to, show off, impress people how you can, right? You might have to be willing to risk that in order for you to get to the real power that Allah put in you. By the way, I can't help but think that today is Luqman Abdul Haq's 74th birthday. Kenny Gamble, and I called him earlier today and left him a voicemail. And this is weird. You want this? You want to hear something weird? He said, I can always look forward to on my birthday. This is a man who every 2 minutes somewhere in the world, they're playing one of his records. He said, I can rely on my birthday that I'm going to get a call from 2 people. Johari and one other person. I'm like,
Eddie Liver.
huh? I don't know. And he said it more than once. You never know. I mean, I would not think that a man who sold the last portion of his record portfolio to Sony Music for $400 million would say, on my birthday, there are 2 people I know who are going to call me. I mean, what does that mean about the place, right, that this person is in? But it probably on love levels is uncomfortable to be able to share that with somebody else. That's part of your challenge this week.
So we'll head out to, I think, Maghrib break. We'll do Maghrib break. Stick around. You have 2 amazing imams visiting from Minnesota and from Georgia. Give a hand. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Yeah. Imam Mansour, Imam Makram, stick around. They are leaders, thought leaders. They've been in the thick of it. They're going to teach you, inshallah, after Maghrib, how to engage with community. And they've engaged with community, with media, with law enforcement, with interfaith, with pretty much everyone across the board. So stick around for them. Thank you guys for helping us dissect these stories. And final thing again is, let this be a safe space over the weekend. Expose yourself. The more you expose yourself, the more you're willing to expose yourself, the more you're willing to get feedback, refine it, hone it. Inshallah, you can come out a brand new person by Monday.
One more announcement. Yes, if you can't stay, please come tomorrow, 9 o'clock sharp. We're going to start. And we'll have breakfast, we'll have lunch at lunchtime. So I hope that's not going to
McGreg's gonna be in this room over here.
Come out tomorrow morning, starting at 9. Head out. Get ready.